But Ryan Ray, I run for House District 96, which is Crowley, over Mansfield, Kennedale, Tarrant County portion of Burris, basically southeast Tarrant County. And I'm a school board member in Crowley, obviously, about 6.5 years. I went to Crowley K through 12, and in fact, I tell people, all 3 of my principals have schools named after them. And actually, my high school principal is still with the district. He's in administration. And my elementary school principal was on the school board that I'm on now. She had to resign for health issues. So, very much involved in Crowley ISD. My kids, of course, all 3 of them attend school there. I'm an attorney. I do property taxes. There are a whole lot of attorneys that know how to do math. So, this is something astounding to me, but most of them can figure out their third, but other than that, it's complicated. But being an attorney who's pretty good at math, I ended up doing property taxes. So that's the bulk of what I do. I do various things, but property tax work. So it's, I've got both ends. You've got the schools and our current education system, and then also the property tax system. And so that's, the intersection of those two is so fundamental. And going back to, well, a long history, but 2006 was when the state, the legislature said that property taxes were out of control, and so they effectively bought down, in their terms, the property tax rate, forced all the school districts to reduce their property tax rate, set a level, said whatever funding you're getting this year is what you need from now in perpetuity, and basically enshrining in the system the schools that had the lower levels of funding because they weren't able to get more resources, or were then stuck at that level. The schools that had higher levels of funding because of property tax values and everything else were then frozen at that level. So basically that froze in to some extent, now it all changed a little bit, but froze in to some extent the inequalities that were existing in 2006. But more importantly, in 2006, when they went to do this, this is when the business franchise tax was created. So they said, well, in order to pay for all this, for these dramatic reductions in property taxes, we're going to create this new tax on wealthy businesses making more than $1 million a year. It's a very small tax, 1% of revenue over $1 million. And so we're going to create this business tax. The Republican comptroller at the time, Carol Keaton-Strayhorn, she came out to the Capitol and she said, well, guys, this tax will never, ever, ever, ever generate the amount of revenue that you're projecting it's going to create. And he said, oh, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. We'll take care of it. And so they passed it anyway, knowing that the new revenue stream they were introducing was never going to generate the revenue that they were projecting in their bill. But they put it in place. And then in 2008, there was enough money that came in, the economy was booming, that they could make up for most of the difference. As Troy talked about, in 2010, when the economy started to collapse, we had a double whammy because they created a structural deficit. And then also the economy started to get poorly, and of course gas prices plummeted. And so we had issues there, but it was partly self-inflicted wound. The legislature created this problem, and so then we got it. And really, I think, personally, in large part, I think it's intentional, because as Jeremy said and others have said, you create a system where less and less money goes into public education, and then you can argue, as we've got now with the K-12 system, schools are failing, which is what that's all about, obviously. They want to label all of these school districts C, D, and F. But schools are failing, and we need to make our investments in other places. But the anyway, so they put this system in place, creating a structural deficit, and here's the other thing about this, and this is what people say, is every session since then, what has been their priority? Cut that business tax, cut the franchise tax. We need to cut the franchise tax. In the last session, they got tired of cutting the franchise tax every session. So they put in place a bill that says when revenue in the state rises more than 4%, not are we going to invest that money in public education to get back from the $5.4 billion that we cut in 2010. No, we're going to take that money and put it towards tax cuts on the business franchise tax. So this tax that they created is never going to generate enough revenue. They've cut and they've cut and they've cut every legislative session. And now it's enshrined in law that it will automatically be cut virtually every legislative session moving forward. So, when the legislature says, they cut $1.5 billion, and you all know this, I'm sure, if you're in this room, you probably know. Between the last legislative session and this session, they cut $1.5 billion out of public education funding. And they said it was all going to be made up for by property taxes. Now they want to cut, the TEA's saying, I think it's $3.5 billion that they say cut that again in real dollars. So the legislature creates this problem. They force property taxes higher. They defund public schools, force property taxes higher, and then blame local tax entities for outlandish property tax rates. You guys are driving people out of the And you can't, well, you shouldn't be able to create a problem and then run on the problem and say, oh, we've got a solution. Just fix the problem. Just fund our public schools the way they need to be funded. And so that's the argument, that's the fight. And there are members on both sides of the aisle in the Texas House that understand this and thought my opponent and many of the opponents of folks in this room today are not in that portion of the House that are doing the right thing on this issue. So at any rate, I very much my website is voteryanray.com, Facebook, Vote Ryan Ray. I'd appreciate your support, whether you live in the district or not, whether you live in Mansfield, live in the area or not. I'd very much appreciate your support. Just to the west of me, so I'm at the very farthest western point of the district. Probably about a quarter-mile west is House District 97. And Beth Llewellyn McLaughlin is a retired teacher as well.